So representatives for Dillon Gabriel reached out to me to try to give me a cease and desist order. Was willing and ready and rock and roll, ready to go to court. So I triple dare your representatives to take me to court. In fact, Dillon Gabriel, I want you, bitch boy, take me to court. Let's fast forward.
What happens when Shedeur Sanders turns training camp into his own personal mixtape of chaos and domination? Every throw's a statement, every snap's a highlight. And meanwhile, Dillon Gabriel's out here filing paperwork instead of first downs. This ain't your average football camp. It's turning into courtroom combat. Did Shedeur's laser-accurate dimes hurt more than defenders' pride? Or is Dillon just salty he got cooked on camera?
I can't imagine there's many people that think Dillon Gabriel's a better quarterback than Shedeur Sanders. I don't care where they were drafted. If the Browns are the one team that thinks that, then I'm going to suspect it's not true. They don't know what
listen,
they're
I
doing.
They've been on every quarterback evaluation for 30 years.
Right.
I never root against anybody.
Yeah.
But I'd be surprised if Dillon Gabriel's ever a legitimate starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I'd be surprised. I just don't think.
Well, then it is a wasted pick because you took him in the top 100.
Yeah, but potentially,
Yeah.
may get away with it because of Shedeur.
Either way, this clash got the league buzzing, and fans glued to every move like it's a Netflix finale. If you're vibing with this story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It helps way more than you think. Dillon Gabriel pulled up to camp looking locked in, helmet spotless, cleats shining, ego polished. He really thought he was about to put on a clinic, until Shedeur Sanders strolled in.
I mean, the Browns drafted 2 quarterbacks. They wanted us to pay attention. We got a reason to pay attention.
Yeah.
A lot of people believe that Shedeur Sanders could be that guy. He's polarizing guy off the football field. He does all the right things as far as being in the community and being present, especially with the youth. And if it all comes together on a football field, then man, that would be one hell of a story to have him be the franchise quarterback of this team.
Looking like a walking highlight reel, cool as ice and twice as confident. The man threw with so much swagger it should have come with a warning label. Within minutes, Dillon wasn't just outplayed. He was legally offended. Because apparently, Shedeur wasn't just throwing footballs, he was launching statements.
This is what's going to be tough on Dillon Gabriel. He's in a tough spot. The public social media favors Shedeur Sanders. He's going to have to fight the battle of public opinion where most people are going to be on Shedeur's side. Here's Shedeur and the cultural young icon he is. Here we are taking a picture as the rookies. The first pose they come up with is Shedeur's pose. Let me show you my rollie and put the wrist up. And how do you think Dillon Gabriel feels about that? He's like, wait, what are you guys doing? They're like, we're doing the Shedeur. So he's really got an uphill battle. So not only does Shedeur have the proverbial chip on his shoulder, now Dillon Gabriel's got to deal with, wait, I was the guy that was drafted before Shedeur, and they're going to talk about Shedeur a whole lot more than.
Those spirals were so sharp they probably violated FAA rules. Routes so surgical, DBs were spinning like they needed GPS rerouting just to keep up. And Dillon? Man, he was in the background flipping through the playbook like it was a foreign language, praying somebody hit pause on the Shedeur Sanders show.
Both the Browns' rookie quarterbacks are being positioned, in their opinion, to start games this upcoming season, but how each quarterback is on a completely different developmental path for the summer here. So they said Shedeur Sanders is the one being, quote, carefully nurtured in a controlled environment, and Dillon Gabriel is being, quote, thrown directly into the fire against the team's best defenders. So that's where we transition over to this article that says why Dillon Gabriel is getting first-team reps while Shedeur Sanders waits his turn. So they talk about Gabriel working with Flacco, Pickett, first teams, and Shedeur, like I said, often works with himself on a different field with the second and third string.
The rumor mill didn't just spin, it erupted. Coaches whispering like it was classified info, teammates cracking up behind towels. And Dillon Gabriel? Man, he did what no playbook ever prepared him for. After getting cooked so bad it went viral inside the locker room. Word is, he called the lawyers instead of the coordinator. Forget the clipboard. Dillon was drafting up legal plays instead of passing ones. Now, let's be real. There's no official case called embarrassed versus Sanders, but this felt like the football version of an HR meltdown. Shedeur came in with the swagger of a man who'd been waiting all off-season to remind everyone why his jersey moves faster than a supreme drop. This wasn't practice, it was a premiere. Cameras or not, Shedeur was filming highlights, and Dillon Gabriel, he accidentally signed up as the co-star who didn't make the poster. And man, the timing couldn't be worse. Gabriel transferred in expecting to be the guy.
Real, I don't hate you, my boy. You probably a good guy. But here's where we stop the ruckus. You're probably a great dude. Great, you're doing your Hawaii dances, whatever it is you people do. Much love to the great Hawaiian people of Hawaii, but sometimes you guys cater to the opposing people who looks Mayo. You guys are in love with Mayo people.
The steady vet, the seasoned leader, the calm presence. But Shedeur, he doesn't do co-parenting in the QB room. He owns it. He's the reason the room even exists. From his pocket presence to his reads, his confidence to his drip, everything about him screams superstar. And when 3rd and long comes around, he doesn't panic. He just jogs into first down territory like it's light work. Gabriel came to compete, but Shedeur turned the field into a stage. What he dropped wasn't a practice. It was a one-man Broadway performance titled, "This Is My Offense Now." No auditions, no callbacks, just pure dominance. Dillon, meanwhile, was stuck in Act 2, slowly realizing he was just the understudy in a show he thought he headlined. Every throw from Shedeur wasn't just clean, it was disrespectful. He wasn't targeting windows. He was inventing them. Sidearms, lasers, deep bombs. No looks, just for spice.
It's a very interesting situation. And again, here we go. Browns fans, we find ourselves in a situation where a player or two on the team can just completely divide the fan base. And one thing that I am getting sick and tired of already, and I'm going to bitch about this and fight people on this tooth and nail forever, it seems like. Just because I post something positive about Dillon Gabriel does not mean I hate Shedeur Sanders. And just because I post something about Shedeur does not mean I hate Dillon Gabriel. I actually believe that it's okay to support both rookie quarterbacks.
Shedeur was cooking, and the whole team was eating it up. Meanwhile, Dillon was out there tossing checkdowns like he was hoping for a pity clap. By the time practice wrapped, even the equipment crew stopped pretending to work. They were locked in on Shedeur's every throw, like they had VIP passes at Coachella. Then the whispers started. Word on the field was Dillon's camp wasn't exactly happy with how things went down. Not officially, of course, because who's bold enough to admit they got torched by a man who walks around with his own theme music? But off the record, talk started flying about unfair reps, biased playbooks, and hostile throwing environments. Next thing you know, there's a conference call happening with lawyers who probably haven't watched football since Rihanna performed at halftime. You know it's bad when the legal team's asking for film breakdowns. And the craziest part? Shedeur wasn't even trying to embarrass anyone. He was just being Shedeur. Calm under fire, smooth with the ball, lethal every snap, and somehow picture perfect through the whole thing.
You are crybaby. Go cry in the corner. You want to storm off of the field because Shedeur, Mr. Legendary, you hear me? He beat you out to get the first team reps. You hear me? Understand, he started from 4th team reps, the 3rd team reps, the 2nd team reps. Now he 1st team reps. Yeah, you was recruiting all your little linemen and making your own little alliance. You hear me? Ain't no telling what you was telling them folks that was agreeing with the alliance with you. You hear me? But this is why the Browns organization is dumpster.
Even during wind sprints, he didn't talk trash, didn't flex. He just handled business, touchdown after touchdown, making it look effortless, like the rest of the team forgot the assignment. Meanwhile, Dillon Gabriel looked stuck in a PowerPoint that kept freezing on slide 1. And yeah, the man's got talent, but next to Shedeur, he looked like a background file trying to compete with a highlight reel. When the lights hit and the tempo cranked up, it was obvious who ran the show, and who was out there rebooting their confidence like tech support. The visuals were brutal. Shedeur was out there making linebackers reconsider their career choices, while Dillon Gabriel stared at the nearest clipboard, like it just spilled his secrets. Even the receivers couldn't hide it. They started orbiting around Shedeur like he had his own gravitational field. One rep with him, and they were flying down routes like their draft stock depended on it. But with Dillon, it was jogs, half-speed cuts, and just get through it energy, like rainy day PE class. And that's when the whispers started spreading.
Lied to us and said Dillon Gabriel was looking better at practice than Shedeur Sanders, but they straight lied. Mind you just seen how he threw the ball, bro. He put all his effort into that throw, and it was only 20 yards down the field. Now, let me show you Shedeur Sanders, bro. Somebody that's outplaying him by a mile, bro. It's not even close. Meanwhile, while Dillon Gabriel struggling, you feel me? Shedeur Sanders down the field looking like Tom Brady? You said he didn't have an arm? Like, bro, just look at the difference between him in the pocket, how poised he looks, how professional he looks. He looks like Tom Brady, bro.
Could Dillon really stomach another season like this? Could he handle being that guy? The one who's not QB1, not even QB-ish, just QB somewhere in the background. But here's the real sting. It wasn't just that Shedeur outplayed him. It's how he did it. With style, with swagger, with that quiet, unbothered aura that screams, "I've been that guy." This wasn't a fluke or a lucky streak. It was a full-blown clinic, and Dillon had VIP seats in the front row. By the end of practice, the scoreboard didn't matter. The looks on the players' faces said it all. The defense walked off like they just survived a sermon from the football gods. And poor Dillon, he was in the back, mentally drafting a cease and desist for excessive excellence. Legal action? Maybe it's a stretch. Maybe it's just locker room chatter gone viral.
It was in my comments telling me how Dillon Gabriel has this superb accuracy and how he has a higher QB IQ than Shedeur Sanders. Bring y'all asses back. So tell me, have y'all been watching the Cleveland Browns minicamp? And have y'all been seeing how Shedeur is out there running circles around Dillon? Have y'all been seeing it?
But in today's internet circus, rumors don't walk. They sprint. Within hours, Twitter lit up with memes. TikTok flooded with slow-mo edits of Shedeur's laser throws. And Reddit? Already sketching fake courtroom scenes like it was a full-blown QB custody battle. You can keep the checkdowns, Dillon, but those deep balls? Sole legal property of Shedeur Sanders. By day 3 of camp, Shedeur wasn't just a quarterback. He was a cultural event. Reporters whispering, fans laughing, the team group chats exploding with gifs. Dillon was trending too, but for all the wrong reasons. The spotlight had shifted, and everyone knew it. Because here's the real twist. Shedeur's not just rewriting the playbook, he's rewriting the narrative.
We got it, man. Shedeur Sanders has made his way to minicamp, and for some reason, I keep hearing that he's quarterback number 4. Y'all better get it together, dog, because just look at this connection, dog, and look how smooth it is, dog. Check that out, man. It's a starting quarterback right there in my eyes. I mean, there's no hate against Dillon Gabriel. I mean, just look at this. They threw it to the same wide receiver, and guess who looks better? Shedeur Sanders. Not gonna lie to you, it's no glaze, none of that. I'm just keeping it real with you, dog. They can't have these two quarterbacks going in with 2 veteran quarterbacks there, dog. One gonna have to go, and it ain't gonna be Shedeur.
The man might have triggered more legal buzz with his confidence than his completions. And the question now is simple. What happens when the real games start? When the lights are blinding, the camera's relentless, and the scoreboard starts telling truth in numbers. Let's face it, Dillon Gabriel's battle isn't against Shedeur's stats. It's against Shedeur's momentum. You can't file a motion to dismiss swagger this magnetic. The man didn't just win the job, he became the headline. He's not QB1 anymore, he's the whole trailer. Unless Dillon's lawyers find a rule against humiliation by excellence, this season's gonna be one long lesson in how to clap politely from the sidelines. And Shedeur, he'll just keep doing what he always does, dropping dimes, dodging drama, and reminding everyone that greatness like his isn't earned anymore. It's inevitable, smooth, unbothered, surgical with the football.
I completely disagree with this comment. For starters, there was much more talent on the Oregon squad to lead them to undefeated. 5 people other than Dillon Gabriel were drafted this year from the Ducks. 2 tackles, 1 running back, 1 tight end, 1 receiver. Colorado had 3 other people go. All 3 Buffaloes drafted were receivers. Whose job is it to give the receivers the opportunity to catch the ball to get the stats? The quarterback. 2 of those 3 receivers wouldn't have been drafted if it weren't for Shedeur, Travis Hunter being the only exception. Shedeur Sanders was sacked 39 times this year. Now, you can blame that to him holding the ball for too long, but the O-line statistically ranked way worse than Oregon's. Realistically, the team that...
But just when it seemed like Dillon Gabriel had quietly accepted his role as background noise in the Shedeur Sanders highlight reel, he flipped the script straight into drama mode. No mysterious post or soft PR spin. Nah, this man allegedly reached for the legal playbook. Apparently, getting torched in practice wasn't just a bruise to the ego. It was a potential lawsuit. Picture it. Somewhere in a law office, a phone rings. Yes. Hi. I'd like to file a claim for being publicly out-quarterbacked. You can't make this up. And by doing it, Dillon confirmed every doubt fans whispered about. Arm strength mid-tier, reads lagging behind, pocket awareness shakier than gas station Wi-Fi. The worst part? He was trying. You could see the effort, the stance, the focus, but nothing clicked. Every throw looked like a man chasing confidence that refused to return his calls. Meanwhile, Shedeur made it all look too easy. Meanwhile, Shedeur's on the sideline like the football version of Thanos. Calm, composed, completely unfazed. Just standing there with that quiet smirk that says, whenever you're done fumbling your legacy, I'll handle it from here. Every move screams confidence without effort. And the fans? Oh, they're loud! Every missed throw from Dillon turns into a standing ovation for Shedeur. It's like the universe flipped. The more Dillon struggles, the more Shedeur's legend grows. Even the haters, those die-hard trolls who've made a hobby out of downplaying his rise, are starting to run out of talking points. Now they're scrambling to spin it. Well, maybe Dillon just isn't NFL ready.
Well. You didn't tell me the 144th pick, 5th round QB is outplaying Dillon Gabriel? Ain't nowhere in the world that's happening. It's happening. We're all witnessing and seeing it, live and direct. We're all seeing it. But we're all seeing what we knew. This don't surprise us. Dillon Gabriel, I'm not knocking his game, but he's not even... Do you see him? Have you seen him stand beside Shedeur? Have you? Because I have. And that's very important. Very important. You want your QBs to see over the line of scrimmage. Just letting y'all know that. To my next point, all this fanfare and hate for the Sanders family. And folks don't realize you walk right into the Shedeur effect.
Funny how quick the narrative flips when reality hits. These are the same folks who crowned him a transfer portal messiah. Turns out, all it took was a little spotlight to show who's built for pressure and who's built for preseason. Because Shedeur didn't just beat Dillon, he exposed the gap. Dillon's ceiling? It's giving backup clipboard vibes with a half-written Starbucks order on the back. What's even funnier, Dillon's downfall didn't come from some scandal, suspension, or freak injury. Nope. He just got courtside seats to the Shedeur Sanders experience. And now the receipts are flying across the internet like championship confetti. Coaches aren't whispering behind clipboards anymore. They're making eye contact that says it all. Reporters aren't guessing. They're building highlight reels. Even the practice squad guys are giving Dillon that "I believe in you, bro" pat on the back. That really means you're cooked. And the internet? Oh, they're feasting. Somebody even made a countdown clock called days until Shedeur officially QB1 forever. Brutal. But here's the kicker. Shedeur isn't out here gloating or milking it. Nah, he's bawling with effortless composure. No ego, no trash talk. Just silent domination. He doesn't chase the spotlight chases him. Even off the field, the conversation always circles right back to him. That's how you know it's real. He doesn't need to demand attention. He commands it, snap after snap, throw after throw. And remember, Shedeur had to earn every rep he's getting. Nothing was handed to him. He sat back, studied, and sharpened every weapon in his arsenal until there was no denying him. He waited his turn, and when the door cracked open, he kicked it off the hinges. Now that he's running with the first team, the offense isn't just functioning, it's flourishing. The playbook suddenly looks like poetry in motion. Timing, flawless. Routes, crisp like game day perfection. Even the O-line's blocking like they're paying rent with pancake blocks. Coaches are grinning wider than ever, and the cameras, they can't stop following him. Defensive coordinators already know what's up. They're polishing resumes, bracing for the highlight reels. Because here's the truth, Shedeur's not just making plays, he's making statements. Every throw, every laser-perfect dime is a message to every doubter who ever said, he's only shining because he's Daeon's son. Nah, he's shining because he's built different. This ain't college star good. This is NFL scout taking notes from the bleachers good. The poise, the football IQ, the clutch factor. It's unreal. You just know he could convert a 3rd and 22 barefoot in a hurricane if he wanted to. And now, even his loudest critics are quieting down. They were waiting for him to fold. But instead, he leveled up. Every snap, every read, every throw has become a masterpiece. This isn't just football anymore, it's a live masterclass in quarterback supremacy. Meanwhile, Dillon's reps are starting to look more like charity snaps. Like somebody lost a bet, and now the coaches are just pretending the competition's still alive. Every throw he makes feels desperate, like he's trying to buy time before the truth hits him square in the face. Because every second Shedeur's on that field, it's a neon billboard flashing one message to the entire league. I'm coming. At this point, no one needs an official announcement. The players know, the fans know, even Dillon knows. That's probably why the legal talk even started. It wasn't about fairness, it was about denial. Because once Shedeur steps between those lines, it's over. He doesn't just run the offense, he owns it. He doesn't play the game, he commands it. And no paperwork, no protest. No fancy lawyer can stop what's already set in motion. Shedeur's rise isn't just inevitable, it's unstoppable.